A girl sits opposite a boy on a bed, twisting a cup nervously in her hand. They are around 17 years old. He sits on a chair, near but just out of reach, watching her intently. The air between them crackles. Their conversation is quiet and revealing. She confesses that she feels like a misfit. He tells her that he doesn't know how he feels most of the time. "And what about now?" she asks. He doesn't answer, but instead stands, goes to her as she sits on the bed, and gently kisses her. She kisses him back. "Now can we take our clothes off?" she asks. He laughs. Yeah, he answers, with a smile. They do, undressing each other slowly at first, then taking their own clothes off. He kisses her neck. He reaches out and gives her erotic pleasure. She touches him back, shyly exploring, giving him erotic pleasure. Then they move onto the bed. "Do you have a condom?" she asks. "Yeah," he says, continuing. "Is that what you want?" He takes one from a shelf but adds, "Are you sure this is what you want?" She nods. "If it hurts, I'll stop." He puts on the condom, then kisses her gently. She gasps as she registers penetration. He asks, "Does it hurt?" She replies, "A bit," as she looks up at him and smiles. It's nice. And they tenderly make love. Many of you will recognise this scene where Marianne and Connell make love for the first time in the second episode of the BBC series adaptation of Sally Rooney's novel, Normal People. It has had an extraordinary impact. The series, tracing the course of an affair between two Irish teenagers from different backgrounds, first shown in 2020, made stars of Daisy Edgar-Jones and Paul Mescal, who played the young lovers. Even the chain Mescal wore around his neck became a cult object on the internet. It was a brilliant piece of storytelling, perfectly adapted for the screen by Rooney herself with Alice Birch and Mark O'Rowe, and directed with sensitivity and nuance by Lenny Abrahamson and Hetty MacDonald. But it was something more than that. It was a depiction of intimacy that was both realistic and explicit. Its truthfulness resonated with audiences worldwide. In fact, it resonated so strongly with the viewer that for many it was the experience that introduced them to the very concept of an intimacy coordinator, and the idea that the intimacy we see on screen can have a profound experience on our real lives. I was the intimacy coordinator on Normal People, and because the sex scenes attracted so much attention, it was perhaps the first time that many people became aware of the role. My job involves helping the creative team build a narrative of intimacy that is convincing, serving the director's vision, creating clear choreography, so that the actors feel safe and empowered, and that the sexual content is not gratuitous, but an essential part of the story. From the moment I became involved in the production, it was clear that it was special, that I was part of something really exciting. I can't take any credit for the incredible writing that was already in the show, or Abrahamson's exceptional direction, the amazing acting by Paul Mescal and Daisy Edgar-Jones, or the way that the cinematographer, Susie Lavelle, frames every scene. But I did have something to do with the way that lovemaking is depicted. I think director Lenny Abrahamson put it very well when he told the Edinburgh TV Festival in August 2020, one of the principles that we all shared was to try not to distinguish the intimacy scenes from the rest of the drama, and not to go into sex scene mode. We wanted to make sure what we were doing in those scenes deepened the understanding of the characters and what was occurring between them. In many ways, this is also the key to understanding intimacy in our own lives. We can't just switch to sex scene mode and expect to have good sex, but instead need to understand it as an extension of the connections we establish in our lives, both with ourselves and with others. The intimate scenes between Marianne and Connell were also remarkable because the actors, Edgar-Jones and Mescal, found it creatively satisfying and ultimately rewarding. This was especially gratifying to me.
To keep listening to this audiobook for free, click the link in the description. It will take you to a free Audible trial where you can listen to this and many other books for free for 30 days.